Good morning, friends from Hughes-Castell. My name is Elizabeth, and I hope you're keeping safe in these uncertain times. In our regular daily lives, we're already faced with so many challenges that can impact our peace and well-being. Add to that the global uncertainty around the coronavirus, and we have a recipe for increased levels of stress and anxiety. In these times, I find that it is extra important to switch off from the noise of the world, to create mental space so that you can reset, take control of your day, and be prepared for whatever the world throws at you. I'd like to thank Kat for inviting me to take you through this 1-hour Vinyasa flow class. This class has been designed to help you take time out, refocus, and recenter on yourself. We'll be starting in Supta Baddha Konasana, on your back, soles of feet together, knees apart, one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Noticing how the body feels, what feels open, what feels tight, what feels strong, and what will need a little bit of extra care today. Noticing how the breath moves through the body, the expansion as you breathe in, and the release as you exhale. From here, starting to introduce now your Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose, the exhale slightly more audible than the inhale. Knowing that this breath will form the rhythm for your flow, the beat for your dance. Enjoying these moments of peace, of stillness, and trying to keep your mind on the mat for now. When you're ready, starting now to hug the knees in to the body. Rotate the knees clockwise and anti-clockwise, giving the lower back a massage here. When you're ready, dropping both knees to the left, extending the arm to the right, coming into spine twist. Head can be in any direction, in the same direction as the knees, up to the sky, or in the opposite direction. Bringing the left hand to the top knee to add weight to this stretch. Inhale, come all the way to center and move in the opposite direction. Now bring that left shoulder onto the floor and enjoying that opening across the exposed side of the body. As you inhale, come back to center. Start to rock backwards and forwards 3 times until you land on your sitting bones for Navasana boat pose. Keep the chest lifted, spine long, legs engaged, and extend the hands out in front of you. As you exhale, start to move into half boat, keeping every muscle in the body engaged here. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Breath in brings you back to your full boat, keeping the core engaged, keeping light here. And then breathe out into your half boat and scissor the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming back into your full boat. Keep the chest proud, head high, body light. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, coming into your half boat, Ardha Navasana. Grab the outside of the thighs, rock backwards and forward, tiny invisible movements. And then release to the earth, hugging the knees in. Roll the knees clockwise 3 times and anti-clockwise 3 times, giving the lower back a massage here. Start to grab underneath the thighs to rock backwards and forwards 3 times. And we come to land on our feet for Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet can be together, hip width or mat width apart. You can grab opposite elbows or let the hands hang loose. Enjoying gravity, pulling on the upper body to help open up the back here. Slowly start to unravel the spine, stacking one vertebrae at a time until we come up to standing. Last thing to come up with the head and shoulders. Circle the shoulders forward, up and down. We meet in Tadasana, standing tall. As you inhale, start to sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, thumbs trace down the central channel, resting at the heart space. Close down the eyes, bow forehead to heart, and just set an intention for this time, for this space. As you breathe in, circle the arms all the way up. As you breathe out, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps to the back of the mat. Right arm unfurls on the breath in. Drop the back knee down. Right hand finds the left thigh. Left hand reaches towards the back of the room, finding a beautiful stretch along this left hand side of the body. As you start to exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame out the front foot, step back into your high plank. Start to shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, holding for 3, 2, 1. Release down. Keeping the hands underneath the shoulders. On your next breath in, Baby Cobra, extending through the spine. Exhale, come down to the mat. Next inhale, pressing through the hands, coming to your full cobra, coming a little bit higher, and then exhale, coming down to the mat. You can adjust the hands here. Your next back bend is a baby cobra, a full cobra, or an upward facing dog. Exhale to child's pose. Start to move into your downward facing dog, and as you breathe in, right leg will start to float. As you breathe out, right knee into the nose and ground the right foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Sweep the arms up, a low lunge, Anjaneyasana, option to take it into a back bend. As you breathe out, start to fold forward, frame out the front foot, and shuffle the back knee back and the foot forward as you need to for half split, half Hanumanasana. Your blocks or pseudo blocks will come in handy now as you work into the hamstring. Letting that breath help guide your exploration, guide your movement. Ground down through the front foot and step the left foot towards the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Root to rise. Start to circle the arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, we dive forward. Breath in, half lift. Breath out, step the right foot towards the back of the mat. Left arm unfurls for easy open twist, and then we drop the back knee down. Left hand finds the right thigh, and the right hand reaches towards the back of the room, finding that beautiful opening now on the right hand side of the body. Start to cartwheel the hands, frame out the left foot. Step the left foot towards the back of the mat for high plank. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. And then come all the way down to the mat. Extend the arms behind you, and on your next breath in, head and chest lift away from the mat. Exhale, release down. On your next breath in, head, chest, and arms will lift away from the mat. Exhale, we release down. On your next breath in, head, chest, arms and legs, everything flies away from the mat, Shalabhasana. Lift a little higher, then release all the way down. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, push back to your child's pose, taking time to reset. And then we come now into our downward facing dog. As you breathe in, left leg will float. As you breathe out, knee into the nose, ground the left foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down and sweep both arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Option to take into a slight back bend. Feeling the opening across the right hamstring. As you exhale, frame out the left foot, shuffling the heel and the knee for half Hanumanasana, half split. Bring the head to the knee, exploring the opening of that hamstring with the breath. Start to ground down through the left foot. Step the right foot towards the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Ground down through the feet. And then start to circle the arms all the way up to the sky. Find a pistol grip. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold to the right. Keeping that left foot firmly planted and feeling that stretch across the left-hand side of the body. Inhale, start to make your way back to center. Take time to reset here. And as you breathe out, fold to the left, keeping the right foot firmly planted, feeling the lengthening across the right-hand side of the body. Breath in brings you back to center. Start to dive forward as you breathe out. The breath in allows you to find a half lift, plant the hands on the mat and step back into your high plank. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, breathe up into the back bend of your choice. Baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. Then exhale now into your downward facing dog. Lengthening from the hands to the hips and then from the hips to the heels. Look forward and then step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the feet grounded as you start to circle the arms all the way up to the sky, getting as tall as you can. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands onto the mat, step back into your high plank. Inhale, shift the weight beyond the wrist. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breath in to the back bend of your choice. Breath out to your home base, downward facing dog. Feeling the length in the hamstrings, keeping the core engaged. Bring your eyes now to the front of the mat and stepping or jumping now to get there. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Root to rise, ground down through the feet as you sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, dive back down to the mat. Breath in, flat back, smile the collarbones. Breath out, plant the hands and step back into your high plank. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breath in, open up the heart space. Breath out, making your way to home base. Listening to your breath, noticing the changes in your body. Bring your eyes towards the front of the mat. Step, jump or hop to get there. Keep the feet together, knees bent. Press the hands into the knees into the hands, and then sweep both arms up for Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit a little bit lower, keep the core engaged. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands onto the mat and step back into your high plank. Shift the weight beyond the wrists, and as you breathe out, low plank. Inhale, yogi's choice of back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in allows the right leg to float. Breath out, right knee finds left elbow working into the obliques. Get it to touch. Inhale, float that right leg up to the sky, and then exhale into your hip yawn, opening up the hips to the side of the room. Breath in, straighten up the right leg. Breath out, knee into nose, and then ground the right foot between the hands. Inhale, fingertip lunge, and then exhale, hamstring stretch. You can use your blocks again to bring the floor closer. Inhale, fingertip lunge, and then breath out, head to knee pose, hamstring stretch. Last one, breath in, fingertip lunge, long line of energy from the left heel to the crown of head. Exhale, lengthening into that hamstring. Holding this last one, maybe peeling the right toes up off the floor. And then setting up your warrior one feet. Sweep the arms up for Virabhadrasana 1. Back foot is firmly planted, back leg is engaged, core is engaged. Start to find a bend in the elbows, and as you breathe in, shoulder blades meet behind the heart for a back bend. Sweep the arms back up. As you exhale, interlace the hands on the lower back. Start to puff the chest as you breathe in, and then exhale, humble your warrior. Crown of the head is aiming for the inner arch of the right foot, and this fist is slowly making its way down to the earth, working into the shoulders. Release the hands, frame out the right foot, step back to your high plank, and take an adventure to downward facing dog, whether that's moving through vinyasa or just pulling the hips back. As you breathe in, the left leg will start to float up towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow. Start to float that left leg up behind you, and then exhale into your hip yawn, getting that left knee as high as possible. Straighten up the left leg behind you, and then curl it into the nose before grounding it down between the hands. Inhale into your fingertip lunge. Exhale, hamstring stretch. As you breathe in, find a long line of energy from the right heel to the crown of the head. As you breathe out, head to knee pose, lengthening through that left hamstring. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Holding it here now. Option to bring the floor closer with blocks if you need to. Start to ground down through this front foot. Set up your warrior one feet. Sweep the arms up, finding yourself in a strong Virabhadrasana 1. Left knee is tracking towards the pinky toes on the left foot. Start to find a bend in the elbows, and as you breathe in, open up this heart space. Sweep the arms back to the sky. As you exhale, hands interlace on the lower back. Puff the chest up as you breathe in. Breath out, humble your warrior. With every exhale, seeing if you can open up the shoulders a little bit more. and then releasing the hands, framing out the left foot. Step the left foot towards the back of the mat. High plank, exhale low plank. Breath in, open up the heart space. Breath out, downward facing dog. On the breath in, start to float the right leg up towards the sky. As you breathe out, right knee, left elbow. Breath in, sweep that right leg up. Breath out, hip yawn. Straighten the right leg up behind you and then curl the knee into the nose. Ground the right foot down between the hands. Set up your warrior one feet. Sweep the arms up into your warrior one. Find a bend in the elbows. Start to open up the heart space. And then sweep the arms up. As you exhale, hands interlace on the lower back. As you breathe in, puff the chest as much as you can. Exhale, humble your warrior. The fist will bring you back up to standing. We come straight into our warrior two, adjusting the feet, finding that heel to arch alignment. As you breathe in, take time to reset, straighten up the front leg. As you breathe out, finding warrior two. Breath in allows you to reset. Breath out, coming back to your warrior two. Right knee tracking over the pinky toe. Breath in, lift the arms up, feel light. Breath out, settling into your warrior two. Arms as strong as steel. Reach the hand forward, flip the front palm and reverse the warrior, opening up the right hand side of the body. As you exhale, right elbow finds the right knee. Left hand extends with the bicep in line with the ear. Option also to find a half bind or a full bind. Making sure to keep the chest space open, lengthening from shoulder tip to shoulder tip. Start to release the hands now and reverse the warrior. Roll the hands forward, frame out the front foot, sweep that right leg up behind you. And then exhale, right knee, right elbow, extend the right foot. Open up the left hand for fallen triangle. Left hand to the mat, sweep the right leg up behind you, exhale into your hip yawn. Stay here or flip over into wild thing. Beautiful opening across the front body. Place the right hand onto the mat. Come to the knife edge of the right foot for side plank. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, low plank. Breath in, open up the heart space. Breath out, downward facing dog. Listening to the breath here. On your next inhale, left leg will float up towards the sky. As you breathe out, left knee finds the right elbow. Breath in, sweep that left leg up behind you, and then open up into a hip yawn. Straighten the left leg up behind you, and exhale, curl the knee into the nose. Ground the left foot down between the hands, set up your warrior one feet. Sweep the arms up, warrior one. Find a bend in the elbows, and as you breathe in, open up the heart space. Sweep the arms back up to the sky, and as you exhale, hands interlace on the lower back. As you inhale, puff the chest. Exhale allows you to humble your warrior. Crown of the head looking for the mat. Fist brings you back up to standing. Start to transition to your warrior two. finding that heel to arch alignment with the front heel intersecting the middle of the back foot. As you breathe in, take time to reset here, straighten up the front leg. And as you breathe out, settling into a deeper expression of Warrior Two. Breath in, breath out. Last one, breath in, feeling light. Breath out, finding your deepest expression of Warrior Two yet. To reach the left arm forward and flip the front palm, reversing the warrior. As you exhale, left elbow finds the left knee. We move into side angle, right hand reaches towards the front of the room, bicep in line with ears. Option to move into a half bind or full bind. Ensure you're not crunching into the left side, keeping the chest open. Release the hands, start to reverse the warrior. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame out the front foot. Sweep that left leg up behind you. And then as you exhale, left knee finds right elbow. The foot extends beyond the hand and the right arm opens for fallen triangle. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Inhale, left leg up and over into your hip yawn or flip into your wild thing. This pose is a combination of a side plank and a back bend. Bring the left hand to the mat. Roll onto the knife edge of the left foot for side plank. Option to float that top foot away from the bottom foot. Bring the right hand to the mat. We find ourselves in high plank. Make your way to downward facing dog, either by pulling the hips back or moving through a vinyasa. In your downward facing dog, making sure every single knuckle is pushing into the mat. Bring your eyes to the top of the mat. Take a bend in the knees and step, jump or hop to get there. Toes touching, knees bent. Bring the hands outside the knees, pressing the knees into the hands. Sweep the arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Breath in, lengthen the spine forward. Breath out, twist right. Keep the knees in line, making sure the hips stay square. As you breathe in, come back to center. Breath out, hands to the heart center, lengthen through the spine before twisting left. Right elbow outside the left knee. With every breath out, see if you can twist a little deeper. Bring the right ribcage underneath the left. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, sweep into a standing back bend. Really enjoying the release through the legs and through the front of the body. Exhale, start to fold forward. Breathe in, step the left foot back and open up with the right hand for easy open twist. The right hand circles back, down and up. We come to crescent lunge. Keeping the shoulders down from the ears, and as you exhale, taking it to arrowhead. Long line of energy from the left heel to the crown of the head. Ground down through this right foot, and then we start to take off. We move into Dekasana, aeroplane pose. Bend the knee on the exhale, and inhale we straighten. Exhale we bend. Inhale we straighten. Exhale we bend. Inhale we straighten. And then exhale we bend. And inhale we bring everything up to our stork pose. The left ankle to rest on top of the right knee. Draw the sitting bones back with the hands in prayer for open chair. Your options are stay here or extend the arms out in front of you, or bring it into a twist. Bring the left elbow into the arch of the left foot. Coming all the way back to center, place the left foot down on the mat. Start to dive forward. Step the right foot towards the back of the mat as the left arm opens for easy open twist. The hand drops back, around, down, and up. We meet in crescent lunge. As you exhale, start to move into your arrowhead. Long line of energy from the right heel to the crown of the head. Get ready for takeoff. We come into our Dekasana pose. Finding our balance, finding our focus. As we exhale, the left knee starts to bend. Inhale, we straighten. Exhale, we bend. Inhale, we straighten. Exhale, we bend. Inhale, we straighten. Exhale, we bend. And then we bring it up into our stork pose. Bringing the right ankle now to rest on top of the left knee. Bring the hands to prayer. Draw the sitting bones behind you. Hands can stay in prayer or they can reach out in front of you. Or you can introduce a twist. Bring the right elbow into the arch of the right foot. Once they've made contact, maybe starting to change your line of sight. Inhale, come back to stork. Place the right foot back on the ground and come into a forward fold. Your options here are Padangusthasana, using the peace fingers to wrap around the big toes, or Padahastasana, sliding the palms of the hand in underneath the feet. As you inhale, you'll lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, you lengthen through the hamstrings. Inhale, we find length in the spine. Exhale, we find length in the hamstrings. Dancing with your breath now, exploring your body, being guided by the breath. Enjoying the inversion here with the head below the heart. Inhale, start to find a half lift. As you exhale, plant the hands on the mat, step back into a high plank or jump back into a Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Leg floats as you start to breathe in, and as you breathe out, right knee to the right armpit, to the right wrist, to the left wrist, and back to the left armpit. Draw the knee to center and place the right foot between the hands. Open up for easy open twist, letting the right hand go beyond center. Drop the back knee down. Right hand finds the left thigh. Left hand draws towards the back of the room. As you exhale, left elbow comes outside the right knee, palms meet, and we lift the sternum up to meet the thumbs. Tuck the back toes under and float the left knee away from the mat for revolved lunge. You can extend the arms or take a full bind if you want to. Exploring with every exhale if you can take this twist a little bit deeper. Release the hands now and start to circle up then over for warrior two. Inhale, bring the hands to prayer, straighten up the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then as you exhale, Skandasana towards the back of the mat. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Engage the legs, fly across the world. Skandasana towards the front of the mat. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Bring the sitting bones down to the mat now. Left hand will grab the right ankle. Right arm reaches up and over, supporting the head or aiming for the left toes. Left ribcage is moving under and in front of you while the right ribcage is moving back. Release the toes. Let the left arm help you circle up and over into your warrior two. The front palm, reverse the warrior, straightening up the front leg. Start to reach that right hand forward, left hip back, and fold at the right hip for Trikonasana, triangle pose. The fingertips stay light and bright. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Bring the right hand forward and float the back leg up, keeping the hips open for your standing half moon. If you need to bring the floor closer, use one of your blocks. Stay exactly as you are, or if you can grab the left ankle, come into sugarcane pose. Release the ankle back into your half moon. Left toes land at the back of the mat. We transition via warrior two. And we pivot the feet so they're parallel to the side of the mat. Send the arms out, lift the chest, and then exhale, fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. Peace fingers will wrap around the big toes. Dancing with your breath now, letting the inhale help you find space in the spine, exhale, space in the hamstrings. Bring the hands underneath the face to find a flat back. Guide it into a twist by the left hand. Left hand comes back to the ground, meeting the right hand. As we inhale, right hand opens us into a twist. As we exhale, right hand comes back to the mat. Start to pivot towards the front of the room. Step the right foot back into a high plank. Shift the weight forward, exhale, low plank. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Weight is evenly distributed between the hands and the feet. As you breathe in, left leg will float up behind you. As you breathe out, left knee, left elbow, left wrist, right elbow. Draw the knee to center and place the left foot down between the hands. Left wing will unfurl to easy open twist. Start to drop the back knee down. Left hand finds the right thigh. Right arm reaches towards the back of the room. As you exhale, right elbow comes outside the left knee. Bring the hands to prayer, twisting the sternum up to meet the thumbs. Tuck the back toes under and float the back knee away from the mat, keeping the legs engaged, keeping them strong. Any option you want with the arms, they can open, they can take a full bind. Making sure to maintain the twist, bringing the right rib cage underneath the left. Start to release the hands now. Let the hands circle up and over. We land in warrior two. In allows us to reset. The breath out, we settle into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then as you exhale, Skandasana to the right. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Engage the lower body, start to fly across the world. Skandasana towards the front of the mat. Lower the sitting bones to the earth. And we come into a side bend here. Right hand grabs the left ankle, left hand reaches up and over, going as far as it can. Maintaining the twist, right rib cage moves forward, left rib cage moves back. Start to release the toes. Circle the arms up and over, transition by a warrior two into reverse warrior. Straighten up the front leg, and then left fingertips will reach forward as the right hip reaches back. Fold forward at the left hip for triangle pose, Trikonasana. So move towards the back of the room as the head reaches towards the front of the room. Start to move into standing half moon pose. The right leg will lengthen towards the back of the room. Chapasana is also available to you if you want to grab the right ankle with the right hand. Shin draws behind you. Release the foot if you have it, and right toes land at the back of the mat. Pivot the feet so they're parallel to each other. Interlace the hands at the lower back, puff the chest on the inhale, and as you exhale, dive forward, leading with the heart. Crown of the head is aiming for the earth. Bring the weight into the arches of the feet. Try not to hang into the heels. Start to release the hands, bringing them to the ground to help you find a flat back. The left hand will unfurl to take you into a twist. Bring the left hand back to the mat. Open with the right hand towards the back of the room, making sure to keep the hips square. Bring the right hand to the mat. Then pivot towards the front of the room. Footsteps to high plank. Make your way to chaturanga. Inhale opens up the heart space, really relishing this back bend. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat, coming into your 4-point pose. Moving into cat-cow. The inhale opens up the chest, the exhale belly button draws into spine. Option to do this with knees hovering away from the earth. The inhale opens up across the heart. Exhale, chin into chest, pulling the back up to the sky. Just continuing to dance with your breath now. Drop the knees to the ground. Start to pat the hands forward as the chest drops down, with either the forehead or the chin on the ground. This is a passive shoulder opening. Start to slide the body forward for Sphinx pose, lowering the hips down. Press down through the forearms, elbows draw isometrically back, and shoulder blades meet behind the heart. To take it further, bring the hands to the corner of the mat and straighten up the arms. You can walk the hands in for seal pose. You can stay here or you can come back to Sphinx pose at any time. Everyone bringing the forearms down now. Start to tuck the toes under, float the hips away from the mat for forearm plank. Start to walk the toes in towards the elbows for dolphin dog. And when you get stuck and you think you can't go any further, take a tiny step forward. This will work into your hamstrings and your shoulders. And then release the knees down to the earth, coming to child's pose. Allowing yourself to ground by coming back to the breath. Moving back into your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg will float up towards the sky. Right knee to the right elbow, right foot lands outside the right hand. Drop the back knee down for lizard pose. Stay on the hands or come onto the forearms. If you're on the forearms, maybe you can roll onto the pinky side edge of the right foot. This is a hip opener that will come easier to some than others. Wherever you are, allow the breath to release the tension in the inner thighs. Starting to come back onto your hands now. Bend up the back leg. Reach the right arm up and over, seeing if you can grab the foot. If you can't reach the foot, this is where a strap comes in handy to elongate the arm, allowing you to reach the foot and bring it in closer to the body so you feel an opening across the front of the quadricep. Twisted lizard pose also stretches the ankle, the glute, the groin, and the chest. Releasing that back foot now. Bringing that right ankle behind the left wrist, we're setting up for pigeon pose. There's also the option of deer pose where you can bring the back leg up to 90 degrees. From our proud pigeon, we start to pat the hands forward into sleeping pigeon. Circling back to the intention that we set at the start of class, knowing that if we can practice an intention on the mat for a minute, it will turn into 10 and it will turn into the hour. And if we can practice something on the mat for an hour, there's nothing stopping us from taking out into the world. Starting to come all the way back up, we move into Janushasana. Left leg extends, arms reach up, and as we breathe out, we fold over the extended leg. You can bend up at the knees, grab the shin or the ankle. To take it further, use the right hand to grab the outside of the left toes. Bring the right ear to the left knee, and bring the left hand behind you. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting to release that foot now. Our next pose is spine twist, placing the right foot outside the left knee. You can fold the extended leg into the body. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand reaches up and comes outside the right knee. You can use that elbow as leverage against the knee or bring the hands to a bind. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist. Using the eyeballs to take you that little bit further on your next exhale. Start to release, taking it into a counter twist. Come back to center and make your way to downward facing dog. As you breathe in, the left leg will float. Left knee to the left elbow, and we plant the left foot outside the left hand, setting up for lizard on the left hand side. Your two sides will be different. One might be more open than the other. So just listening to your body today. Knowing that our bodies hold the stories of our lives. The injuries, the strengths, the frustrations and the triumphs. Onto the hands and setting up for your twisted lizard. You can stay on the right hand or you can come onto the right forearm if you want to take it a little bit deeper. And just feeling that opening across the front of the right quad now. Releasing the back foot and setting up for pigeon or deer. Bring the hands on either side of the hips for proud pigeon or proud deer pose. And then as you exhale, pat the hands forward, coming into your sleeping pigeon. Listening to the breath. Noticing how the body feels. Start to pat the hands all the way back up. We're setting up for Janushasana with the right leg extended. Reach the arms up and then exhale, fold forward, either bending the knees, grabbing the shin, the ankle, or the foot. If you want to take this pose further, bring the left hand outside the right foot, the left ear to the right knee, and the right hand behind you. This pose stretches the hamstring and the vertebral column. Setting up for your spine twist, place the left foot outside the right knee. Left hand acts as a second spine, right hand reaches up and comes outside the left knee. Use the elbow as leverage against the knee to twist deeper. Inhale, we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we twist. Option to move into a bind, using the eyeballs to take you just a little bit further in the twist. Starting to release now, extend the arms and the legs in front of you. Breath in, breath out. Lower down, lower back, middle back, and upper back. The last thing to hit the floor will be the head and shoulders. Start to set up for a back bend by bringing the feet in, making sure you can graze the back of the heels with the tips of the fingers. Start to raise the hips, grounding down through the shoulders and the feet. Take it further, place the hands beside the head and start to lift into wheel pose. Ensure that the inner edges of the feet remain parallel. And once you've found the back bend of your choice, 10 of your deepest belly breaths. Once you're done, release down. We'll meet in Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees apart. Arms can extend alongside of you, palms up. They can grab opposite elbows above their head, or one hand can rest on the belly, one hand resting on the heart. Taking the time here to listen to the beat of your heart. Start to set up for Halasana, lifting the legs up and over. This is similar to a forward fold, creating space in the spine. Your toes may not reach the ground behind you, but if they do, tucking the toes under will help to stretch out hamstrings, while leaving the big toes on the earth will help with shin splints. If you want to, you can interlace the hands and stretch the fists towards the end of the mat. Starting to move to an inversion of your choice. You can raise the legs straight up to come into shoulder stand, supporting the lower back with the hands. If you prefer to rest hips on a block, that is also available to you, or if you'd like to practice your headstand. With the head below the heart, an inversion makes it easier for fresh blood to reach the brain. We're holding here for about a minute, so if the mind starts to wander, use the breath to anchor the mind back to the present moment. Start to release the feet behind the head for plow pose before transitioning into deaf man's pose. Knees will rest against the temples or the ears. You can have the hands interlaced or supporting the lower back. Slowly start to unroll, keeping the head and shoulders on the mat, lowering down upper back, middle back, and lower back. Last thing to hit the floor will be the feet. Start to move into fish pose. Create a diamond with the pointer finger and thumb of both hands beneath the lower back. Lift the head and bring the crown of the head onto the mat. There is an option to raise the legs. Releasing down onto the earth. Remove the hands from the lower back. Hug the knees and we come into our happy baby. In happy baby, you can grab the insides or the outsides of the feet, the ankles, the shins, or the knees. Whichever option you've taken, make sure the length of the spine is on the mat. You can straighten out the legs if you want to. You can rock from side to side or stay right at center. Release the feet, letting them come to the edges of the mat. Extend the arms out and drop both knees to the left for a loose floppy spine twist. If you want to take this further, you can bring the left ankle on top of the right knee to add a little bit more weight to the twist. On the inhale, come back to center and start to move in the opposite direction. The head can be in the same direction as the knees, up towards the sky, or in the opposite direction to the knees. And then we move into our final pose, Shavasana, taking up as much room as you need, reaping all the benefits from this practice. Returning to your natural breath. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Enjoy Shavasana for as long as you need. Namaste.